That's a noon game at 6 o'clock Eastern time, down on the bayou, as Keith Jackson used to say. LSU hosting Mississippi State, and LSU is an underdog in this game. This is their first SEC game. If they're an underdog in this game, Barrett, they're going to be an underdog in every SEC game this season, aren't they?
They might, although I do think Mississippi State's one of the more underrated teams in the entire country. I think Mississippi State, the matchup in this game, I think definitely lends itself to the Bulldogs, because what we see from LSU in the only big game they've played against Florida State, the offensive line's terrible, just flat out terrible. And Zach Arnett, the defensive coordinator for the Bulldogs, one of the best assistant coaches that nobody's ever heard of. He is going to bring exotic pressure to try to confuse that offensive line. And we saw when Florida State did that, Jaden Daniels was running for his life. He was a one-read and bail quarterback because he had to stay alive back there. So give me Mississippi State. I think defense wins this game. Look, Death Valley is a tough place to play. I get that. But Mike Leach's offense, you don't necessarily have to communicate all that much. Everyone sort of knows the plan. The playbook's easy. It's nice and small. Everybody knows what to do. So give me the Bulldogs. I think it'll be low scoring. Couple turnovers from the Tigers will hand the Bulldogs a win and a cover.
I like Mississippi State to cover this number as well. The greatest strength for this LSU defense is along the defensive line. And you've got an offense under Mike Leach that's all about getting the ball out quickly. That does a great job of neutralizing it. Will Rogers also with plenty of experience in this offense. He's not going to be as intimidated by the intense road atmosphere that he's going to face in Death Valley. And then finally, LSU, compared to the program standard, is a little bit of a step back on the defensive back side of things. This is a secondary that is not anywhere close to what we're used to seeing from a program that likes to boast itself as DBU. So going up against this Will Rogers Mississippi State offense, I think that LSU's defense has some disadvantages, and I totally agree with what Barrett said right there. This is one of the last chances to be able to get in on Mississippi State before that power rating starts to jump. Getting this under a field goal is good value. I will lay it with the Bulldogs.
All right. LSU only has 2 unranked SEC teams on the schedule this season. The only other game is at Auburn, so they might be underdogs in all 8 SEC games this season. Chip Patterson, Barrett Sallee with us here on CBS Sports HQ. Cover 3 podcast is where you can hear the fellers. And I do want to give you a couple bonus picks from those guys that we didn't get to. Barrett likes Ole Miss minus 18 at Georgia Tech, and Chip is riding with the Doors plus 2.5 at Northern Illinois. You got to think an SEC team is going to beat a MAC team.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.